What's up, YouTube? This is Two Raw for TV. So I know that the majority of you are happy. You like to see people like myself get our comeuppance for, taking up for Giannis, you know, liking the Milwaukee Bucks. A lot of you are disgruntled Brooklyn Nets fans or LeBron fans who are threatened by any other player getting any shine other than that balding bitch, or just Giannis haters. So, mysteriously, whenever the Bucks lose, it's all over social media. But when the Bucks win, people don't want to give Giannis or the Bucks their credit. So you guys have your moment in the sun. The Bucks lost last night. I think the final score was something like what was it, 116 or 108? I can't remember the score now. Um, all that's important is that the series is tied 2-2. The Bucks had a shot at taking a commanding 3 games to 1 lead, but a combination of factors were in the Bucks' way. Giannis, even though he had 35 points and 18 rebounds and 5 assists or something along that range, 34 points, I think, he missed a lot of fucking free throws. He should have had 40. Okay? So Giannis, even though he statistically had a great game, missing free throws did hurt the Bucks down the stretch. Drew Holiday, inconsistent as fuck. I don't get it. He's the model of consistency during the regular season, but for the second playoff in a row, he is very inconsistent. I understand that he has to be more aggressive due to the absence of Chris Middleton, but man, I mean, the guy was signed because he could create his own shot and he was a defensive stopper. But all I'm seeing is Marcus Smart, and Jaylen Brown abusing him defensively, you know, taking this motherfucker down low, backing him down, and just scoring at will. So he's not getting the job done either. Pat Connaughton isn't being, a much of a factor. Grayson Allen, even though he was much of a factor when it came to the Chicago Bulls series, but in this series, Grayson Allen hasn't been shit. And it is what it is. The Boston Celtics been crying and whining and complaining about the officiating, crying about Giannis, even though they had a huge edge in free throws in the last game, which kept them in the game. Yet that's not enough. People still crying about Giannis doing what he does, which is dominate down low, even though people don't give a fuck when Nikola Jokic does it. you know. But anyway, people crying and whining, complaining about Giannis. Interesting how Giannis got a taunting foul on one end, like it's 2022 rule, but on the other end, mysteriously it's 2004. Al Horford dunks on Giannis, elbows him intentionally in the fucking jaw, then proceeds to go berserk and yell and curse and scream to the crowd and just gets a simple technical foul. While Draymond Green does half of that and gets ejected from the game. And you tell me who the NBA is in the bag for. You tell me who fans outside of Milwaukee are in the bag for. You know? But it is what it is. You guys got what you wanted. And then, there's the simpleton moron that is Mike Budenholzer. I told you guys last year he's a bad coach. One of my biggest fears in this series is that Ume Udoka is going to coach circles around this guy, and it's coming to fruition. Okay? I don't for the life of me understand why you take Giannis out when Giannis was doing his thing late in the game, or late in the third quarter. I understand Giannis has these scheduled breaks, but at that time, Giannis is 27. Keep him in the fucking game. You can rest Giannis for a spell when you guys push the lead to 20 or something. Okay, what happens? You take Giannis out the game. Boston goes on one of these 10-2 spurts, and they're right back in the fucking game. And nobody else out there is fucking scoring. Okay, but you take Giannis out. Why? Then the biggest things that I don't understand about this motherfucker, you insist on keeping Brook Lopez out there. Okay? Yeah, when someone coming right at Brook Lopez, he's a defensive presence, all right? His size and all that. But the motherfucker has the speed of an elderly sloth, okay? And he's not going to come out the paint, which is why Al Horford is looking like he's 28 because ain't nobody guarding this fucking ass, all right? Nobody's really guarding this motherfucker. Um, it's a lot of single coverage out there, but nobody's on Al Horford because, like I said, Brook Lopez not coming out that paint. So that's why he's wide open every fucking time, and the Bucks paid for that shit. Why didn't we see Bobby Portis one fucking time in the fourth quarter? You know, Bobby Portis, who was the hero of the playoffs last year. Not one fucking time, you stupid motherfucking King of Queens reject ass motherfucker, you Mike Budenholzer. You fucking Chris Farley lookalike bitch. Kevin James lookalike motherfucker. Why didn't you play on one time? And I understand that Serge Ibaka was ill or whatever, right? And I don't get Serge Ibaka off the court. It's a whole nother fucking video. But why has Serge only played 3 minutes in this whole fucking series put together in the first 3 games? Someone explain it to me. What was the point of getting him if you're not going to fucking play him? He's the stupidest fucking coach. Him, Billy Donovan, and Steve Nash are the worst fucking coaches. Now see, last year they canceled each other out. But now you're going up against a coach that's superior, and the Boston Celtics might end up winning this fucking series because of the incompetence of Mike Budenholzer. Yeah, Mike Budenholzer won a championship, but so did Doc Rivers. And I don't see people using that as an excuse to not call him a bad coach. If anything, and this isn't something I said, this is something that has been out there. It's true. You can make an argument that Mike Budenholzer has kept the Bucks from being in the finals 2 other times because he's an incompetent fucking coach. Now, because of all this bullshit, the Bucks have to win another game at Boston. And might I add something else too to go to show you the greatness of Giannis Antetokounmpo? People are saying that Nikola Jokic should have gotten the MVP because he didn't have his 2 best players, right? Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. for all but 9 games, right? But nobody seems to. And look, I'm not saying that Chris Middleton is complete hot garbage, but Chris Middleton isn't what people say he is. But still, Chris Middleton is another presence that can give you 18 to 20 points. That's the second option on this team, and they don't even have him. And yet, this series is still tied. He's not Kyrie Irving. He's not Kevin Love. He's not Chris Bosh. He's not Dwayne Wade. He's Chris fucking Middleton, and this series is still tied. If they had Chris Middleton in this series, would be up 3-1 or already won this fucking series. Just the margins. Well, I take that back. They'd be up 3-1. So I'm just gonna say this, man. You know, I understand Michael Wilbon and Stephen A. Smith and all them dudes. They in the bag for this particular team, Boston. Why I don't know, but it is what it is. I hope you guys are enjoying this. The ones who hate Giannis.